So we returned the Elite Direto trainer, and they eventually agreed to send me a replacement because of all the trouble that I went through. So I don't know what is in this box, but it's supposed to be a replacement trainer for the one that I tried to fix twice, 3 times, 4 times, maybe 5 times. So let's cut this open, see what we got. I thought they would do this, so it looks like it's the upgraded Direto XR. So I don't know one that's the XR-T, but I just know that this one is slightly upgraded and that this one is supposed to be more accurate as well. So let's take it apart or unbox this and then see what we have here. Okay, looks like they sent a brand new Elite Direto XR-T, and this is supposed to be a little bit better in accuracy, so like 1.5% plus or minus accuracy. And from what I can see, at least in here, there's really only one difference, is that it doesn't have that red fan thing, possibly to cool it down. I'm not sure if that's exactly what it was for, but from the outside here, that's really the only difference here. We got a new free hub, which is not banged up like the one that I used to have. Got some new stickers. Other than that, this is basically the same unit, at least from the outside. It hasn't broken yet, so we'll have to see if it's up to the challenge. But yeah, they sent all the other accessories too, so I kept the riser just in case they weren't gonna send me one, because they didn't really give me any information about it. But yeah, we'll set this up and plug it in and make sure that it works. All right, so we're gonna do that same thing. We took this out here, so we unscrewed this and took out this hub, and yeah, we wanted to add in some lubrication in these races here so that this would not make any noises. So that's one thing that we want to do, so that we reduce the amount of noise that this entire trainer makes. It'll be essentially silent, and then we'll put on the cassettes and then test it out, make sure everything's working properly. Okay, so we just put some extra lube in there, and then we'll pop this back in and spin it around, see if it makes any noise. And then we should be good to go. All right, so we had to plug the races back in and then make sure this can spin. So now you can hear it's much more quieter than it was before. And then we'll put on this last bolt here. Actually, is that supposed to, yeah. We'll put on this, tighten it back up. It wasn't super tight, so don't over tighten this thing. Okay, should be good. And then, all right, found it. Then we have our adapter that goes just right in here. And then we'll put on the cassette. Come on. There we go. One thing I forgot is, since this is a 10-speed, you want to put 2 spacers in here, because that's how much space is, I guess, for 10 versus 11. Yeah, so I did have to take one of the spacers off, so we just have one on there, and tighten this up here. Yeah, it says 40 Newton meters. So we're just going to take a guess here. But as we ride the bike, it'll essentially tighten it up. So it shouldn't be an issue, but we have our extra tool here, our chain whip, just to make sure we get it tight enough. All right, so we have it all set up. Gonna turn on the computer, try to hook it up, and see if everything is good. So after all that ends up being, they send me a replacement, this thing is working, and yeah, I get to be a happy customer. It sucks that I had to go through this in the first place, and sucks that companies manufacture parts that are defective. And yeah, it sort of shows that, again, to the point that I've had previous videos, that manufacturers build things to break and they're not meant to last forever. Granted, I hope they're meant to last longer than a couple of years. Otherwise, it's pretty wasteful to create something that just gets thrown in the trash after a couple of years. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think. Thank you, Elite, for actually replacing it and working with me through my problems, and yeah, giving me a better product than what I originally purchased. So yeah. All right, and just did the last bit to make sure all of this is correct. So we rode the bike with the trainer on Zwift for 10 minutes and also recalibrated it with the My eTraining app. So we are 6391 versus 6390. 6390 is what it came to from the factory calibrated with, and we just calibrated it again, and it's 6390. So it's 1 point off versus the 200 odd points that I was off previously. So this is good news. It looks like everything is good. I was assured that they fixed this particular issue with this new trainer, so we should not have those issues moving forward, and hoping that we can have a review of this long-term, like 5 years down the line. It's working great, it's accurate, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, there we have it. Good on you, Elite. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next video.